So we're going to go, again, we're on the layout tab. We're going to go to orientation and we're going to change this to landscape. Oh my gosh. Do you guys know how much time this would have saved me in some documents that I have made? I did not even know that this was possible. This is the most beautiful thing. And this way we don't have to mess with our text orientation or our page numbering or end up with things being sideways or off kilter. It's just going to be beautiful. I'm so excited about this. This is the first thing that I've seen going through this guide that really fills me with joy. All right, so we've got our orientation button and our landscape right there. And then we are going to add a placeholder for a conversion table. So I'm just going to write conversion tables. And I'm going to make that heading 1. So, oh no, my styles are gone. I'm going to click home. And then I can just go in here, heading 1. Conversion tables. And then this area, section is in landscape to accommodate wide tables. All right, so this is where we can put all of our conversion charts, and we are going to put in another section here so we can go back to normal recipe pages. So let's see, we're going to go to layout, we're going to go to breaks, we're going to go to next page, and we're going to go back to portrait orientation. All right, so what we have here is, so far, I'm going to shrink this down a little bit so we can see the whole page. We have the recipe collection. We have the table of contents. Update entire table. Now includes conversion tables. Then we are going to go down to appetizers and snacks, main dishes, conversion tables, and some more space. So everything looks gorgeous. Now in the guide there is some troubleshooting advice, and we don't need that at this point because it's working pretty well. Now one thing I've noticed is that main dishes and appetizers and snacks are offset from each other. I have a couple extra spaces in here. So I'm actually going to go to view and see if I can view where all of the spaces and everything are, because I don't want to get rid of anything that I actually want to keep. No, outline was not what I wanted. Let's see. There we go. How's draft? Draft is no good either. I want to be print layout. And let's see. All right. This is a Google job. So I'm pulling up my Google and I'm going to say Microsoft Word. Show indents, paragraphs, spaces. All right. So there is a show hide paragraph button or Control-Shift-8. Let's see if I can find that button. It is supposedly in the Home tab. There it is. There it is, my friends. Beautiful. So as you can see, I have 2 extra paragraphs here. And my page break is still in place. And this has gotten changed up a bit. We're just going to put it back the way it's supposed to be. And now those headings are going to start in the same place on the page. I'm going to take this off just for now because it's distracting, but now we know where to find it. Okay, back to marching along with the guide. Next up, we're going to mess with bookmarks and cross-references. So this is what's going to let us do things like add a link from Grandma's favorite strawberry pie to basic pie crust, so that we don't have to either have our users paging through, or end up with out-of-date page numbers. That's a real concern, because if I link you to, or if I send you in a print version to page 12 for a pie crust recipe and you get a soup, that's not going to help you out very much. And this way, when they're looking at the digital version, they can also just head right on over. So we're going to go to the end of the document after the conversion table section. Make sure we're actually on this page. And then we are going to put in a type 1 heading, Master Techniques. This one is going to be how to make a pie crust. And this one's going to be a heading 2. Gorgeous. All right, so it says put in some dummy instructions. I'm copying and pasting from our guide. Please don't make this. Use a real recipe. But I have all of my dummy instructions here. I'm actually going to go ahead and make these a recipe step, because I think that is a good use of our formatting. So we've got our beautiful pie crust directions here, and we want to insert a bookmark so that we can find our way back to how to make a pie crust. I'm going to highlight the header, and on the Insert tab, I have something called a bookmark. So I'm going to hit the bookmark button, boop, and they want me to name it. I'm going to name it pie crust. Bookmark names, says Claude, do not allow spaces. So you're going to want to think of what you can do. I've got my capitalization in here just to help us see the separation between the words. Add. There is now a bookmark there. And I even have a little indicator right here. Or no. No, I don't. Never mind. Alright. So, how to make a pie crust. We've got right here. Oh. This is a problem. My numbering has resumed. Let's see. Restart at 1. So I just learned how to do this in Google Docs for a job that I'm doing right now. And this has been a huge lifesaver. Again, something that I wish I had known all along. Looks like it works just the same in Microsoft Word. I'm highlighting the list here. I'm right-clicking. Adjust list indents, restart at 1. Now, if I didn't want to restart at 1, and I wanted to continue from another page, I could also say continue numbering. But this needs to start at 1 because this is the first step of the pie crust. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. All right, so nothing changed visually, but we do have a bookmark in here. So let's do one more master technique. And I'm going to hit enter and delete to get down to a new base page. Home styles, heading 2. Let's find out. Knife skills, basics. And I'll even make that an M dash. Or not, because autocorrect doesn't like me. All right. Knife skills, basics. And on this one, we're going to put in some dummy lines. Alas, Claude has not put in dummy lines for me. So, basic knife handling tips. Looks great. So, let's keep it. And then I'd like to have this as a bulleted list, just for ease of reading. So I'm going to separate these out. Never try to catch a falling knife. That's an important one. We take knife safety pretty seriously around here, largely because we remember what has happened when we didn't. All right, There we go. And in fact, let's see. Something that drives me crazy with bulleted lists is that it's still kind of a jumble between the different lines. So something I do like to do is mess with the indents. Let's see what I can do. Paragraph. And I am honestly a big fan of hanging indents. Let's try that. That did not work. Control Z to undo whatever I just did. Adjust list indents. There we go. There we go. So bullet position is at 1/4 inch. That's fine. Text indent is 1/2. That's fine. Tab character. We can have a tab stop, which actually is great because that keeps us from going too far. And then on here, what am I going to do? All right, we're going back to Dr. Google for this one. And I would like to, Microsoft Word, hanging indent, bullet list. All right, I'm going to thank 8.3 on Reddit for asking this question for us 6 years ago. Let's see if the answer is still working. Paragraph settings, under indentation, hanging, indents the entire list. Shift enter where it wrapped. Oh, I'm not doing that. Anything where you have to go in and shift enter every item is something you should run screaming from. If you can't get it to do it automatically, don't do it. Just don't do it. That way lies madness. All right. Just list indents, follow number with space. Now has a hanging indent. This may be another one for the look at this later list. Let's see. Keep lines together. Hanging. There we go. All right. So I only did that on one of my bullet points. That means I get to practice by going back and adjusting the rest of them. So I'm going to go into paragraph settings, special, hanging, and what I had done is I had messed with the left indentation, but I want the hanging indentation, that is the rest of the lines, to be at 0.5. There we go. So now when there is more than one line in the item, it's going to give us a hanging indent here. All right, so that's enough for knife skills. We are also going to bookmark knife skills. So highlighting it and insert, go to the bookmark button right there. And I'm going to name this knife skills basics. I don't think I'm going to put advanced ones in here, but careful naming saves you a lot of time later. That goes for almost anything to do with computers. Add. Very good. All right, we have 2 bookmarks now. Now we're going to check our cross-referencing. So we're going to go back to one of our earlier recipes and refer to a pie crust. All right, this is disgusting, and I apologize, but this is what I do. We're going to go ahead and do another style here. We're going to make this heading level 3 to make spinach pie. Please don't make spinach pie by this recipe. There are many delicious spinach pie recipes. Do not do this to yourself. However, I can make sure that I am now in... I just want normal body text. There we go. Normal. I am normal. Well, my formatting is normal. So we are going to write pour into pie crust, apologize to your ancestors. For pie crust recipe C. So I'm going to go into the insert tab and find cross-reference. Here's cross-reference. And for the cross-reference, I'm going to grab a bookmark. Insert reference to bookmark text. No, I want it to the page number. And because we might be accessing this digital or in print, we want to make sure that it also inserts as hyperlink. So this is going to give us the correct page number of the pie crust recipe. And this is also going to give us a link if we're accessing it in the digital version. And then I'm going to select pie crust. All right. Insert. Okie dokie. Let's see. Yep, this is how I want it. And I'm going to say see page. All right. Now, our section down here, where we have our pie crust, has decided that it is page 0. We're going to have to solve that in a little bit. But for now, got page 0. I can actually press Control-click and head right to the pie crust recipe. And if I come up here and update my table of contents, there you go. We now have our master techniques section after the conversion tables with how to make a pie crust and basic knife skills. All right. Next, we're going to look at some content and advanced features.